So now we'll work on Jackson Company. We've got the statement of cash flow effects from the bottom of our worksheet. We're just gonna convert that to the actual statement. I've taken the time to write some of the more cumbersome stuff out, so it doesn't take forever to do these. So we've got our three sections here. We've got the cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, cash flow from financing activities. And we have this set up, and with my little totals here, to make it very easy to go from the worksheet to the actual statement. So cash flow from operating activities, we start with net income, okay, so we can just plug in the 28,000 net income. And then we've got our adjustments to reconcile that net income to cash provided or used by operating activities. So these are our adjustments, and we simply have to tell what happened. So we had an increase in our accounts receivable, okay, and you're supposed to write that out. And if these adjustments are in the credit column, there'll be adjustments down. If they're in the debit column, they're gonna be adjustments up. So this would be a negative $11,000 adjustment for accounts receivable. It's in the credit column. We had an increase in inventory. All right, and again, that would be an adjustment down. All right, we had a decrease in accounts payable. So we simply tell them about it. And that also is in the credit column, adjustment down. See, this is where the worksheet comes in handy, because otherwise you have to think through each item and say, oh, would that be an adjustment up or an adjustment down? And with the worksheet, it's very mechanical. And if your numbers add up at the end, you know, you've probably done it right. And it's very easy without using the worksheet to forget half the stuff that goes on the statement. Okay, we had an increase in taxes payable, so increase in taxes payable. And that is in the debit column, so that's going to be an adjustment up. And then depreciation expense, also in the debit column, and an adjustment up of 8,000. So now we simply total all of our adjustments, okay, and our adjustments total the negative 27,000, all right? Because to get that number, we're basically going plus this, minus, and we get the negative 27,000. So now 28,000 net income, adjustments of negative 27. We get cash provided by operating activities of 1,000. Okay, so there's kind of a big difference between your net income and your actual cash you got out of it. Okay, so then we go to the investing section. So cash flows from investing activities. We sold equipment, we purchased equipment. We cannot lump them together. We have to say we sold equipment, and then we have to say we purchased equipment. When we sold equipment, it would make sense that we got money, and sure enough, that's in the debit column. So this would be in a 10,000. Purchased equipment, makes sense that money went out. Yeah, that's in the credit column, so we have to put that in parentheses over here. And then we get our cash provided by investing activities of 10 minus 7, or 3,000. All right, now we get to the financing. We paid some dividends and we issued some bonds. So we paid dividends, we just tell them about it, and probably a good idea to say cash dividends. And that would be 23,000, so that's obviously a negative because we paid cash. And then we issued some bonds payable. And it makes sense if we issued bonds payable, we got some money, and sure enough, that 10,000 is in the debit column, that means it came in. So cash used by financing activities, because we go minus 23 plus 10, is the negative 13,000. Okay, so when we add up the 1,000, the 3,000, and the 13,000, we should get the change in cash of negative 9,000. Then we go back to the top of the worksheet, or the spreadsheet, and you go to the beginning balance to see what the beginning balance of cash was. And in this problem, oh no, I just lost it, okay. That was, actually, I actually have to go up and look at it. Okay, so it was 33,000. And so when we add them together, that should give us the ending balance in cash of 24,000. Okay, and in this problem, there's no non-cash investing and financing activities, so we're all done.